last car, but we had a mishap with the other engine, a cracked iron and an oil leak in the front. And so we went from a 4-port to a 6-port today, and this one runs a little better. It doesn't spew oil out all over the place. So you probably can't hear a word I'm saying because this kid doesn't know what a quiet car is. But we're going to try and drive it into town and put some fuel in it.
Come on, junkyard motor! There we go.
So everything's going well on this so far, except for I've had a tune going halfway decent on it. I've been having a few hard starts here and there, and then it'd start easy, and then it'd start hard, and then it'd start easy. And the fuel pressure regulator decided to take a shit, and it decides to basically put whatever pressure it wants out. I set it for 60. A lot of times they turn the key on, it goes to 80, so it wants to flood, so I gotta pull fuel. And then when I start getting higher RPM, it starts to lean out. And then I added fuel to the higher RPM, and then every once in a while it'll stall, and I'm like, why did it stall? And then Aubrey just watched it go to 100 pounds of pressure. So yeah, I got a Turbo Smart fuel pressure regulator on the way now. But other than that, I got the strut tower bar back on, made some drop brackets for it to go underneath this here intake. Like I said, the skeleton you can barely see because, well, anyways, I cut the skeleton out. The hood closes fine now. Finished up my battery tray, and I got a few other odds and ends coming. Fix those couplers. I still got to fix the one coupler up here because they didn't send the right one, but I have it now. But I got to pull the bumper off to change it. So yay! And for the meantime, because I'm refinishing those raised wheels. I threw the Rx8 wheels on it. They're pretty flush for the most part with the right spacers. Very flush, actually. Actually rides nice. I'm kind of taking a like to them. So maybe I'll just get some good tires and keep them on there for a while. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at with this. The fuel pressure regulator crapped out. Still waiting on, which is actually good that I wasn't using the nitrous or anything yet, because I am actually waiting on the throttle body spacer as well as my 4-inch piping kit so I can get this away from the hot air. I started adding a bunch of timing to it today because these RX8 motors like timing to keep the EGTs down. Fine line, for the most part, but so far so good. Plenty of torque. Then into the ECU, I got to hook up the SSV valve and the VDI and use those properly, and then we'll pick up some bottom end power, because right now they're just wired open. I've got the 6 ports closed for right now. I'll figure out something for that at some point, and then use the whole RPM range with this thing instead of dropping it off at like 8,000, 8,500 right now. But yeah, I'll have more as soon as I get a few more parts in. So that's where we are at the second. Haven't really updated it much since we put the engine in. It was running 5 pounds of boost, and I've got it at about 10 pounds right now. Put side skirts on it. The hood, we've got our clearances. Put a new head unit in, Android tablet deal. Seems to work very well. The backup camera, all that happy stuff. So far it's pretty happy. You gotta do a little bit with cold start, hot start stuff. Trying to hold the hood in here in the camera, but since we put it in, did a little driving on 5 pounds. Put a throttle body spacer in, made life a little bit easier because now I can hook the nitrous up, and it was fun finding a tap for that. Nothing local, I ended up having to order it. But got the Turbo Smart V-port blow-off valve, and the issue with the fuel pressure is now solved with the new Turbo Smart. Everything's dirty in here from doing the hood, but yeah, everything's happy. I'm hoping to get it down to the track. I mean, I don't know how much farther I can push it with this NA trans and clutch. I kind of stopped at 10 pounds. It's pretty rowdy for 10 pounds of boost with that turbo, and being an RX8 engine with higher compression and all that already. So it comes on pretty quick, 3,000, 10 pounds of boost all the way to redline. We'll be switching the ECU over at some point here and retuning it, doing it on an old Microtech LT8 that was in the car with the ITBs. So, you know, it is what it is at this point. I mean, it was just to see if this would all work together with the FC front cover and all that stuff. I mean, in reality, I guess if you're using a 4-port and you put stock injectors, mass airflow sensor on it, and TPS, somehow rigged up the TPS, you could probably run this all on a stock ECU, because, you know, you got the crank angle sensor and all that stuff. The only thing I have to do is make a provision for the coolant temperature sensor for the gauge cluster, and put that in this housing, because there's no provision in the block for it. So other than that, everything's been going good. Put about 600 miles on it, and it's happy. Building a new yeah, there we go, because I can talk. Building a fan shroud for this as well in a couple of the other cars, so I can cool it a little better when the fan comes on. Because anytime you have a fan pressed against the radiator like that, you're not cooling the center or the outsides. So, but the hood keeps temps down substantially, and yeah, that's pretty much where we're at with this thing. I know it's been a while since I've updated anything on it, so figured might as well give an update on it. Why not? And like I said, I mean, this thing's pretty cool. And like I said, I'm switching out the ECU, and what's nice is they have a app, which I haven't downloaded it yet, for Adaptronic, to put all your gauges on display and stuff on the radio. So yeah, so I won't have to carry the laptop around all the time with me and stuff. But we got our boost gauge in, we got all that stuff, and this doesn't need to be in here anymore because we now have the new radio with navigation and all that good stuff. It's loading, but it's nice. I mean, it displays the speedometer and all that good stuff and miles driven, and it all works good. So yeah, these kits will be available pretty soon here. Turbo, non-turbo, whatever. I prefer turbo. Everybody has an issue with these Renesis motors with turbo. There's absolutely no issue if you tune it properly. If you got the Rx8, it's been running like 15 pounds of boost on a Borg Warner 363 or 364 for like 3 years now. It doesn't care. It's a 100,000 mile motor. This motor's 150,000 miles, came out of junkyard. I just said screw it because when that ear got cracked and broke off on the 4-port block, and I got to re-weld that back on. But the 4-port definitely had more torque, not gonna lie. So, all right. Well, thanks guys. I'm gonna get to this a little more down the road here as I get more free time, and hopefully get it down to the valley and see what it'll do. I'm not gonna launch it hard, only because I know I'm gonna break something if I do with the NA trans and NA diff and all that stuff. But I do have the Turbo 2 tranny to go in this, waiting on the drive shaft to hook everything up, and we'll go from there. But anyways, thanks guys.